Hey guys, welcome to my latest hand balancing video. The last episode was completely focused on setting up the main goal of the series, which is the 20 set. So the main things I need to work on for the 20 set is working towards the straddle press, pike press, handstand push-up and shoulder press, as well as really massively increasing my handstand hold, because I can't hold it as I am right now. I don't have the endurance to hold it for the length of the set. So when we add in the difficult movements as well, there's just no chance of me having a handstand that's good enough to do it. So yeah, those are my main goals. Let's just go into a clip of me doing a handstand. This is recently in training. I tried not to take too many takes because I wanted to give a fairly accurate representation of where I am right now. And it's like 20-ish seconds, which is pretty normal. I think what I've noticed in my training lately is that because I've been so focused on fixing my line and trying to get the straightest handstand I can, I've gotten into the habit of jumping up into the handstand, finding a good line, and then coming back down. I haven't really been pushing to increase my endurance or increase my hold times. So this is the first time I've really tried to hold as long as I can for ages. I don't think that I've been doing holds longer than about 10-15 seconds lately anyway. So over the next however long, I'm just going to really work on increasing the amount of time that I can hold the handstand for. There's a moment in this clip where my shoulders really massively shift forward and I lose my line a lot, and I don't really know what happened at the time. So it's just being able to not only hold the line, which I can do at times, but being able to consistently hold the line for a very long time. So the 20 set in the video that I showed takes 1 minute and 47 seconds. So I need to be able to comfortably do a handstand for, well over a minute to have a chance of achieving it. So next up, we move on to the handstand push-up. So other than the shoulder press, this is probably the move that I'm the furthest away from. I'm currently not really working on the shoulder press because I'm working on the other two presses, which will lead into it anyway. But the handstand push-up, I just don't really have the strength for. I mentioned in the last video I am just quite a bit too heavy for the movement. I currently weigh about 92, 93 kilograms, so over 200 pounds, which is too much to press overhead, at least for me. So in this clip you see me doing some negatives, and there's quite a lot wrong with it. So I'm in a straddle in the handstand, but I'm piking, so I'm shifting my feet backwards, which doesn't help. And I'm pretty much essentially, when I start thinking about doing the handstand push-up, I straight away lose that nice line. So I'm arching my upper back, and I'm not fully sort of elevating through my shoulder anymore. I'm just so focused on the handstand push-up that I'm sort of forgetting everything that should be integral. As well as that, I'm not getting enough forward lean. So in an ideal world, my forearms would just stay completely vertical the whole time, but they are sort of shifting back. So I'm getting more of a closed angle in my elbow, so my elbow's moving backwards, which is not only going to make it a little bit harder to do, it's also just going to ruin sort of the balance of it. So I need to get into the habit of being able to lean forward, but also I need to really, really get strong in that hollow body position and holding that good handstand, so that I don't lose position, because having a really, really tight core is so important to this. You can see in the last attempt that as I come down, I completely lose the tension in my core, and then I just basically flop to the ground, and it's not so great. So next up is my press to handstand. So I've only recently started working on sort of specific press to handstand work. Before then and up until now, I've only been working on really trying to get a lot more flexible for the movement, as well as working on sort of specific mobility and core compression drills. So things like seated leg lifts and L-sits have been really a big part of my training up until now, but I've just started adding more specific work. So here you'll see my best seated pike stretch, and this is really massively improved. So in the last sort of month and a half, I've really focused on just doing more pike stretching. It's not something I enjoy. I think I just have really tight calves, and it makes it a lot harder for me. cramping up in a pike position has been just the norm for me for a very long time. So lately, when I've been doing my pike stretches, that cramping is starting to go, and I'm able to now hold on to my legs or my toes or whatever it is without getting so much, just discomfort. So I'm able to hold the stretches for longer, and I think that's helped me get more progress. After that, you can see my pancake stretch. So my pancake stretch has always been pretty good. I had a decent starting place. I could always touch both of my toes, but both of my feet. But I like the stretch, so I practiced it a lot. And I also mistakenly thought it was going to be the key thing for me to achieve a press to handstand, where for me the limiting factor is definitely my pike flexibility, not my straddle flexibility. So I've got a really good pancake, nice and flat to the floor, feel very comfortable in that position. So here I am attempting a straddle press off of some blocks, just trying to limit the amount of pike flexibility that I need for the movement. And these felt really hard at the time, but when I look at the video, a friend of mine noticed that once I come off the blocks, my feet then straight away kind of fall closer to my hands, and then I press from there. So that just means that I'm stronger than I'm able to press from a lower height than those blocks, even though it was taking sort of everything out of me. So I'm stronger than I think I am. It just, for me, I think it's all about practicing the movement pattern now. So now I'm gonna lower the blocks, maybe use 1 or 2 from now on. But also I want to work on slow negatives as I come down to really help kind of ingrain it and get used to it. Keeping my toes pointed, keeping my legs straight is a big struggle right now. But that's what we work on. And finally here you can see my L-sit. So I'm quite happy with how my L-sit's come along. It wasn't long ago that I would come up into the L-sit, cramp after like 3 seconds and fall down. So I can comfortably hold for over 10 seconds now, which is really nice. And I'm able to get my legs up, a reasonable amount. I still need to work on that compression, but I'm quite happy with it. The one thing I don't like in this clip is my shoulders aren't in the best position. I could definitely depress more. But that's just a work in progress. This is the first time I've filmed my L-sits in quite a long time. So now that I'm filming them, now that I'm really checking my form, I should see some improvements. Okay, so that's where I currently am with my handstand progress. Obviously, like I said, far away from the 20 set, but I think everything's sort of in its right place. I know what I need to work on, and I sort of think that the press to handstand is going to come pretty soon now. So I'm just going to keep working on it, and I'll update you once I have some good progress. I'm hoping to put out a video specific to my hand balancing progress about once a week. So hopefully I can progress fast enough that I have enough stuff to show. That's it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.